We have quite a fleet of vehicles of cars and service vans and boat, motorcycles, and small engines that, needless to say, it's a lot of oil changes. And I find that going from a traditional oil pan into a disposal jug can be quite messy, and you tip it or spill it. And I'm always cleaning the driveway or cleaning the garage floor. So I decided to pick up one of these 20-gallon, what I call like a semi-professional oil drain container, if you will, that has the ability to pump the oil into the container. Just hoping to have things a little cleaner, and when I decide to do oil changes, I try to time a lot of it so they come within a service interval where I can do quite a bit of oil changes at once, because I got my whole oil rig that I pull out. Let me show you what I picked up, how I'm going to use it, and then if you decide to buy one of these for yourself, I am going to do a full assembly and the modifications I made to it at the end of the video. But check out how I do oil changes on your traditional automotive applications. This thing's really slick.
Hey friends, smash that subscribe button. It really helps us out. You got a product that you want reviewed? Hit us up on the website or give us a call. If you really want to support us, join the channel as a way to buy us a coffee. Let's go.
All right, if you haven't seen my previous video, I got a killer oil change setup going on here. Whatnot. This is a remote control switch that's on the vacuum where I could turn this on and off while I'm under the car. And let me show you what I'm doing here. This is my oil tool change cart. There's one other tool we need here for the wrenches. We need the 65 millimeter. Let's see. That's one of these. 65. Okay. Nice. Everything's labeled. I've got torque specs and different things. So for this car here that we change a lot, I know it's 5.1, 65 millimeter oil wrench. That's what that means. And then 14 millimeter at 30 pounds, which my tools are in my bag with some cleaner. Okay. Nice and handy. Just everything's there. But this adapter here that's out of there, follow the vacuum here. This goes up to this vacuum setup here, and now I'm going to turn that vacuum on. Okay. I could shut that off, but I'm pulling a vacuum on the engine, and when I take the oil drain bolt out, as you'll see here in a second, it's going to hold the oil in until I turn the vacuum off, and gives me complete control on how to drain that. So I'm going to crawl underneath. This is so lightweight, I can move it around easy enough myself. Oh yeah, I can move it around myself. So I'm gonna go ahead here and just get this started. Okay, I got that loose by hand. Turn this on. How cool is that? If I turn it back on, watch. All right, as you can see, that's super clean. The pure size of this helps me not make a mess, but wait till you see next how I can pump it out into a container and still stay clean yet. You'll notice here I have the back propped up so it can fully run down to the pump inlet. I was on a little bit of a slope, and where the camera angle is up, I didn't want to readjust it all. It'll slope down, but it will be beneficial to stick something under it as it gets low so you can pump all of it out. All right, ready? Oh, look at that. Holy cow. Wow, it drained that like in a second. Yeah. And then I was saying earlier, what's going to be so great about this is being able to. Oh man, that's going to be. That is going to be nice. All right, let's get in here. And kind of what I was saying is this is going to be fantastic for cleanup. Go ahead and turn the pump on. I'll have links in the description, but I'm going to go ahead in the rest of this video and show you how to assemble it. There were a couple of things that I modified that made it just a little better tool around. Stay tuned, or like, share, and subscribe. I'll tell you what's special about this compared to just your traditional oil pan is this thing I've used forever, and it's because it's not very deep, it just tends to splash all over the place, and it's not very big in size compared to this. Now that's nice for storing, but the reality is I don't want to make mess on the driveway or in the shop floor. So like I said, this is what's been nice for years, just because it's a drain pan and a container in one, where I could take it right to the store. But what this is really going to give me is the ability to just not make a mess. So I just use this, drain it in here, and then I take and pump it into my container and then off to the recycling center. So a little quick overview of this. Like I said, I had to tighten up some stuff. It has locking casters, which is really nice. The handle stores on here and can just drip back down in here. We had to tighten up all the hardware on here. We did add some washers where they didn't have washers, tightened up the wheels. So pretty cool. Since I bought mine used off marketplace, it was partially assembled, but it comes with the manual, all the fittings, hoses, everything you need you see here. And I'm here in the US, so this 110 volt plug-in, pretty straightforward. I love this mesh screen. In the old days of dropping drain plugs in, this would have really helped. As you saw my oil change method, I don't have to worry about that anymore. I will say it's going to be really handy for draining oil filters and letting them really drip every little last ounce out with no worry of having to need to elevate it or kind of kick it to the side. Let's get this thing put together. Being how this is like partially assembled, I'm going to do a quick just turn on the pump. You don't want to run these dry. I'm just going to turn it on for like a second and just make sure that it seems to spin up. I don't want to go through a ton of work if this thing won't even turn on. So I'll just kind of cover this. Yeah, but let's see what happens. Oh no, that thing sounds fantastic. Pretty hopeful. I am going to disassemble it and reapply the pipe tape and then just tighten everything up. It looks like this was from another influencer, pretty cool person, met online, and I'm just going to get this ready to use. I'm not going to bore you through me tightening things up, but I'll just give you a quick rundown of most likely what you're going to do if you buy one of these. You got an axle bolt you're going to need to tighten up, 19 millimeter on that. There's some hardware here where you'd most likely put the bracket on first. I think I have tools where I can access this and not have to take these Allens back off, but you typically mount that bracket, then mount your pump, then cut your hoses to size. Put the thread pipe tape on this one here. The one coming out is the one that's going to attach to your hose, clamp it all down, and I'll do a rundown once it's fully done. Not sure, but these might have just been plugs on the pump when it came new, just so like in shipping, junk didn't get in there. And like I said, it looks like something ran through it. And then you have to put the axle here for the handle. This side goes out so you can wrap your hose on it, nice for storage. And then there's a little handle that's kind of stuck in here. I'll get in a better place for lifting out the grate. Oh, the other thing I thought was nice on this, it does have locking casters. So when you're under the car, especially like on an incline like I'm going to be, that's going to be super handy. That'll go ahead and lock. All right, one of the problems right away that I see is that when you crank down the lock nuts here, they don't have the axle space with any kind of spacer against the center bearing. And what happens is you're going to end up locking up. So your choice is to leave it loose, and that's just going to let it floppity flop. But if you look at this, I actually show you like how much space is on here. Nestor, come push this bolt in. Push it all the way. There's that much of a gap, and so the wheel is hitting here as well. So that would have a lot of flop, right? So what I did is went and found some spacers. Push on that. There's nothing special about this. I'm just taking up this gap. But I guess the one thing that's special is it cannot be larger than the bearing. Otherwise it'll drag on the wheel. So now you could see that we'll be able to tighten that up and make it spin. Let's tighten it up and do that. All right, once you do that setup like that, you're going to end up where you can do this by having that appropriately spaced instead of this locked up. There you go. Oil sure doesn't get any cheaper, does it? But I'll tell you what, if I want to buy this, I want to use every single drop of it for a couple reasons. Number one, I want to get my money's worth. Number two, it's good for the environment. If you look in this jug here, you are going to see there is not a drop of oil in there because I'm going to use it all up. And how I do that is, if you see my other videos where I have this funnel that I use for exactly measuring the amount of oil to top off in a vehicle, this works really slick to just set up here. If you could see there, it's actually still dripping. It's been sitting in here for, look, still getting another drop. It's been sitting in there for like 10 minutes. I'll just put it in there, walk away from it, come back later. But this is slick because it goes into a jug that I got marked for drill oil. So I take and use that oil and put it in my little spray bottle for when I'm drilling on the drill press. Cool my bits, win-win. I get to use every bit of it and keep the environment clean. The other little thing that I have on here is this bracket. It's meant for holding like your leaf blower, your vacuum in your home. The way they market it is just to drill a couple holes and put it on the wall. Well, I got some magnets on there that allows me to quickly take that off and move it to my tool cart or the side of a metal toolbox or whatnot, and it works out really, really slick. All right, my friends, I hope this helps. My little trick for using every single one of your hard-earned dollars. Make it a great day. Like, share, and subscribe.